get back. Can't stand this dude, man. I
He's
like
strong.
Vita Vea, but man, this dude, man, I don't want to see none of this little lawnmower celebrations he be doing when he be getting. I don't want to see none of that. You gonna be out there, the lawnmower. I don't want to see none of that. I want to see his lawnmower on the sideline in the shed. Welcome back to the Down South Philly Show. I'm your Down South, one of your Down South Philly co-hosts, Dom. We got the other co-host, DP. What's going on with you?
In the building. Tell them about the gun line, boss. What we gonna talk about on this episode?
And today's episode, man, we're gonna go ahead and push that dub from last week. We're gonna go ahead and toss that to the side, just like we'll toss an L to the side. We got the dub. It's time to move on. It's time to stack dubs. We moving on to the Tampa Bay Bucs and the Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles, Week 4 matchup. Team that we lost to in the playoffs last year. I think at this point we done seen them about 3 times since Hurts been a starter. I think he about 1-2 against the Bucs. Cause he saw him the playoffs. I think he saw him in the playoffs that first year we went to the playoffs. Then we saw him again last year in the regular season.
Then we saw him again.
We saw him in the regular season. We didn't see him that year we went to the Super Bowl. I don't think we didn't see him that year.
Yeah, we did.
We did?
I feel like we did.
Hold on. Did we? Nah, that's when Tom Brady was Tom Brady still in the league?
Oh, nah. Well, we played Tom Brady
with the Bucs. When they got beat by the Cowboys? They got put out by the Cowboys in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, because remember, they beat us. They beat us. They beat us with Tom Brady one year.
That was the playoffs.
That might have been the playoffs.
Yeah, we got put out the playoffs.
But we had played them in the regular season. We beat them in the regular season. Because remember, that's when we still had Barnett. And Barnett had cost us because we was about to get the ball back. And he hit. They called Brady for a late hit. They called Barnett for a late hit on Brady. But yeah, that year, we done played them about 4 times.
Oh, so we 2-2 then.
Yeah, something like that.
And we lost 2 times. It got to be 2-2. If I don't remember that game, but we played them. That mean, and we won. That mean we'll be 2-2 because we beat them last year in the regular season, and then we lost to them twice in the playoffs. So I guess Hurts 2-2 against the Bucs. Well, we need to go ahead and hit this tiebreaker then, if that's the case. So anyway, what's your thoughts on this Bucs Eagles matchup?
Man, we just they set us up with the South early, didn't it? Seems like we running through the division. Supposed to be another dub loading. I feel good. I actually feel good about the Bucs. Obviously, we play the Bucs. We familiar with them. Ty Bowles always got a hell of a defense to play against. Shake and bake, man. Baker Mayfield. He the X factor in this game. Like, cause on one hand we know Baker, not really afraid of him, but if we don't get pressure on him and let him just sit there in the pocket, he can carve any defense up. I do like. I'm getting more and more comfortable with our pass defense. Quinyon Mitchell has been as advertised, maybe even a little better. Loving his technique so far. He been this close to getting, pick sixes or just picks in general. So he definitely holding down his side opposite of Slay. Been proud of that. Maddox been holding it down in the slot now that he has had multiple weeks back in the slot after being, at safety the whole camp. So I think that was just muscle memory. Now that he back in his position, holding it down. I like our chances. Like, defense is coming together slowly but surely. Seem like we found something out on the run game to kind of slow that down. Evans, man. Evans and Godwin, two dogs. Like our chances against them. I just think once we figure out this pressure thing, we're gonna be something to deal with. So it'll be interesting to see if we can make Baker nervous. On the other side of the ball, Todd Bowles always give us fits. Traditionally, because he know how to light us up and send them dogs after us. But Kellen Moore seems to be figuring out that you need hot routes to be successful in the NFL. So with that being said, it looks like we're going to be down both AJ and Smitty, which means this need to be a Dallas Goedert game, which also means this need to be a Saquon game. So we need to feed Saquon even more, ride him on into the bye week, and hit Goedert, Calcaterra, and Jack Stoll over the middle, and I think we'll be just fine.
Yep. Once again, I agree with you. I did see that they elevated Jack Stoll from the practice squad. I think he's a better blocker than Calcaterra. So if they come in and let him do what Calcaterra been doing these last couple games, I think he can hold up in the blocking scheme again, especially against a team like this. This is we definitely gonna need him. And since we down wide receivers, of course we're gonna need another guy just as a pass catcher, just in case. I don't know if he's a good. He can catch the ball. I don't know if he's a good as like wide receiver, like catching the ball as Calcaterra, but blocking wise, hey, give me Stoll. Goddard, he all around. He gonna block you up and he gonna catch everything. So, I can see. I don't know, man. I'm feeling good about this game. Just because of the win we coming off of. As long as the defense keep that same mentality. I think we got a little bit of chip on our shoulder for how the season ended last year against these boys. I think Hurts definitely want to go ahead and get this dub, especially with the shit Todd Bowles keeps saying about he can't read the defense, all this or whatever. I know he ready to go out there and try to. I don't want him to go out there and do too much, but I know he ready to go out there and get this dub. So you got to go out there and make smart decisions. Don't turn the ball over. If it's a situation where you getting pressured or whatever, man, take care of the ball. You might have to eat that sack or throw the ball away, whatever. Just make smart decisions. But I'm actually feeling good about this game for some reason. I feel like I also feel like I don't know what's going on with Devin White, but I do think Vic can holler at him, get some insight on how Todd Bowles thinking, how he's been thinking every time they game plan against the Eagles. I feel like he can just give Vic a lot of insight on that, and Vic and Kellen Moore, they can, Vic and Kellen Moore can collaborate on, how the game plan. I don't know, man. I think the only way we lose this game is if we go in there and beat ourselves and just make mistakes. As long as we take care of the ball, feed Saquon, and feed Dallas Goedert and the rest of the tight ends, man, it's gonna open everything else up. We're gonna need probably some good timely catches from people like Dotson. Dotson can come in and fill that Smitty role. He can still come in and play the slot too. Just him coming in, probably playing and learning multiple roles early. Now it's probably a lot on him, especially since he was already probably trying to learn one thing and then people started getting injured. Now he got to probably learn something else just to be available. But it's probably a lot on him early. Good thing the bye week coming up. But I think it's gonna pay dividends in the long run. He gonna know how to move around that offense. So we go ahead and get the dub. That's what I like about getting dubs early. It allows your guys to win and learn at the same time. So we go ahead and get this win any type of way we can. I think it'll pay huge dividends going into the bye week. That's gonna allow people to heal up. It's gonna allow our new guys that we brought in to catch up on the playbook and learn what they need to learn. review some tape, and I think we'll come out that bye week rolling. But as far as our defense, I think like you said, we just got to get pressure on Baker. We can't allow him to stand back there in the pocket and just get off. No, he can scramble on you too, but we got to get some pressure on him. I think Vic dialed something up for that. I think hopefully doggone Devin White back for this game. Like I said a few minutes ago, I don't know what's up with him. I did see I didn't really notice Isaiah Rodgers came back for the last game, but he was back last game. And on the sidelines, I think Vic said the only reason why he didn't play was because it was so late in the game when Slay went down, and he didn't want to throw Isaiah Rodgers out there just because I guess he was cold, and I think Keely might just play special teams, and Isaiah probably don't, so he just felt like Keely was already kind of like warmed up, and he was saying had Slay went down earlier in the game, he would have put Isaiah out there, but he said with it being so late in the game, he just felt like Keely was probably more ready to go just because he was, kind of like warmed up and stuff already. So, so Isaiah Rodgers is back. Probably still working.
I will say, not to cut you off, but I will say the linebackers been playing the way the linebackers been playing. Like, I would understand if even when he came back, he didn't necessarily like go in or start.
Ooh, Devin White?
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't starting at all. Yeah, they already made that clear that Nakobe Dean is a starter. He beating Devin White out for that role, but I'm just saying
just at least dressing out to be available.
Yeah, to be available, because the way we've been dropping, anything can happen, and I'd rather for him to go out there and be ready than I'm sure the next guy up is probably Ben Van Summeren. I like him too, but I'd rather put Devin White out there.
Devin.
And especially in a game like this, somebody mess around and need a breather or get hurt or whatever, you throw Devin White out there, he's probably gonna go crazy. He might be a little rusty. I don't know what he got going on, but anyway, outside of that, I think we just got to get some pressure on Baker out there, play smart ball, stop that run game. We can stop the run game, force Baker to just be a quarterback. I think we'll be cool. This will be a good test for Quinyon Mitchell with Chris Godwin and what's the other wide receiver name? Mike Evans. So I think this will be a good game. They probably be moving Mike and Godwin all around the field, so I'm sure he'll probably get to see both of them dudes. Kind of remind me of what we got in AJ and Smitty. So he kind of used to seeing similar body types and similar movement. So sure he'll be ready for some of that stuff. He can't probably bite on some of they crafty vets, so I'm sure they're gonna try to take advantage of him being a rookie and do something to him. But I think he'll be able to hold his own out there. Like I said, we just gotta get some pressure on Baker Mayfield. If we don't get no pressure on Baker, defense probably gonna have a tough time going, especially if we can't stop the run. We got to go out there with the same mentality we had last time: stop the run, stop the run, stop the run. I'm sure they're gonna be looking at tape, trying to take advantage of that 5-man front and all the stuff that we did in the Saints game. So I'm sure they're gonna have something ready for, the looks that we already gave through the first 3 games. But we come out there on our. I feel like if we play in our game, can't nobody really stop us. Like if we own our game and another team on a game, they can't see us. So as long as we come out there and do what we supposed to do, we'll come away with this dub. And I'll say another thing about offense too, man. Don't let this guy Vita Vea, man, get back there. Can't stand this dude, man. I like Vita Vea, but man, this dude, man, I don't want to see none of this little lawnmower celebrations he be doing when he begins. I don't want to see none of that. You're gonna be out there, the lawnmower. I don't want to see none of that. I want to see his lawnmower on the sideline in the shed. But, yeah, but we can't let and I know the what's his name? The other defensive lineman, they get Clancy. What's his name? Cansey, whatever. The other lineman they got, I think he been out so far. So I don't know if he coming back this game or not. I had to check the injury report, but I think he been out so far through the first 3 games. What did you see from the Bucs? And they just lost, right?
Yeah, they just took an L
to the Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos spanked them.
What did you see in that game? What did they do?
I didn't really get a chance. I didn't really get a chance to look at that game. But I can just going off of week 1 and 2. It's really just more of the same of how they looked at their best last year with Tybo's keeper defense. They was able to run the ball and hit Evans over the top, really, and undisciplined pass rush and letting Baker get out the back door. So that's another key to stopping them, is not only stopping the run, but not letting him get out the back door, because he will scamper for 10-15 yards if you let him. So in their wins, I saw undisciplined pass rush, and I'm assuming that they didn't do that. I mean, Denver always got a hell of a defense, so along with Pat strapping up whoever you got out wide, they keep a hell of a defense. So I'm sure they was able to be disciplined in their pass rush and get after it.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that game out. Another thing I'll say too is we gotta what I wanted us to do, we clearly didn't do. What's today? Tuesday? I guess we still got time because it's still this week. But what I really wanted us to do is sometime between Monday and Tuesday, I wanted us to go ahead and make a trade with the Jets, get Haas back, and then he had this week. We go ahead and would have had this week and next week for him to catch up on the playbook, get acclimated with the team, and come out the bye week and be out there on the field. It's Wednesday, so I'm hoping I wake up in the morning and be like, oh, breaking news, Harry Roseman makes trade with the New York Jets for Hassan Reddick. They get their 3rd round pick back, and let bygones be bygones.
Even if we got to sweeten the pot at this point, I take that, like getting him back, getting their pick back, plus another pick. And just go ahead and pay Haas, man. He just bring him back home. He obviously he just want his money, so just give him his money and let him come and give us them 10 sacks we missing.
Look, you would have thought we learned our lesson when we let CJ GJ go and then brought him back. You want to turn around and do the same thing with Haas? Come on, man.
Who was arguably more important than CJ?
Nah, facts. There was some safeties available. We could have went and got Justin Simmons. We could have went and got
one Haas available.
Yeah, there was only one Haas available. It's like that was like getting rid. To me, that was like getting rid of Bosa or something. Like
that was like getting rid of your Super Bowl hopes. Is what it was.
Bruh, that was crazy to me. That was so crazy to me. I couldn't really believe it. I just knew we was gonna eventually end up paying them, but at the same time, maybe how he was looking at, hey, I'm about to go ahead and pay AJ again. I'm about to go ahead and pay Smitty. I'm about to go ahead and do this and that. So I don't know, man. And then next year, other people coming up. So at the end of the day, whatever we had to do, we should have signed Haas and figured out the rest later. I don't know.
We still can. It's just gonna cost us.
Yeah. We gotta bring him. We gotta get him back in the building. Now, will he still be as effective with him missing training camp and a little bit of the season? Maybe not right away, but when we need him, when it comes,
I don't even give a damn. I just want to store his ass.
Yeah, well, like when it come down to, first of all, we got the rest. We go ahead and sign him for the next few years. We got him for a few years. Like he ain't about to fall off a cliff. So we go ahead and sign him for at least about 2-3 more years, and then we go ahead and I had to say 3 because a 3-year contract really like a 2-year contract. But anyway, we go ahead and sign him and have them ready for the last few games of the season and going into the playoffs. That's what we really need him for. I mean, we need him now, but he might get started getting into his bag a little later in the season, which we'll take it any way we can get it. We'll rather take it getting late into the season than not at all.
We know what he brings to the table.
Yeah, so I don't know what was up with that. And I also think if we had him, I haven't been one of them guys who been like saying anything about Huff. I feel like ain't nobody saying nothing about Sweat. This nigga ain't got a sack either. Nobody said nothing about Sweat. He got paid too. He didn't get paid this season, but he got paid when it was time for him to get paid. Everybody keep talking about Sweat ain't did nothing either. But people gotta realize, like, even Haas, like last year, I don't even think the first couple games Haas didn't have no sack. He didn't have no sack in that Patriots game.
But you know how microwave society go. They looking around the league, they looking at Watt, they seeing what he doing, but it's only one Watt. Yeah, even Micah Parsons only got one sack, and that was in the first game of the season. So I mean, sacks is not easy to come by as you would think.
So they gotta. I'm not one of them people who really like, and then another thing with our team is, if you notice, because I don't really like look at other teams, like I see their highlights and stuff like that, and I see certain games or whatever, but I'm not necessarily looking into how much pressure they get and how much sacks they get and stuff like that when they get them. But I do know for us, every year, once we start getting sacks, we kind of just start getting off. Like, so we just haven't like popped our cherry yet. So like once we pop our sack cherry, where we get about 2-3 in one game or 2-3 back to back, like it probably gonna start just flowing in. So I'm not really worried about it. Until then, we just need
getting pressure. We just started getting pressure this last game. So I mean, it's coming. As you can see, obviously the front end worked with the back end. So this is the closest we've been to like picks. So I mean, so when the pressure get there, that's gonna speed up the clock on the back end. And them dogs we got back there, and Q and Slay, Ed Reed, Blankenship, and CJGJ, one of them gonna catch it.
Yeah, them boys gotta that's another thing too. I'll say we gotta play smart on that back end. Sometimes we be playing with anticipation too much, and we be giving up plays. Like just play the play. Like a lot of times we be looking to make a play instead of just letting the play come to us. And I think that a lot of times when we looking to make a play, we give up a play. So I think a lot of times we've been trying to force it on the back end. That's why you seen CJGJ give up a touchdown last week, and then you seen Slay give up that play in the Falcons game, because he really was trying to make a play. Like he said, it wasn't his play to make. He was trying to make a play that wasn't there, and he ended up letting his guy get away trying to see if something else was going on. So I think if we just play smart in the back end, how we supposed to, let the play come to you, because a lot of times if you covering up who you supposed to cover up in the back end, that's going to allow the D-line to do what they supposed to do. Because I don't care how good your O-line is, they only going to be able to hold up for so long, especially on Jalen Carter. So if the back end hold up like they supposed to, it's going to allow the D-line to get off. So and vice versa, just like you were saying. But until then, in certain situations, we're going to have to send some extra pressure, extra man on the front, or extra, send one of them linebackers. They've been doing pretty good in blitzing and camp and stuff like that. I think we only sent them a few times in the game. Yep, I think we only sent them a few times in game on the blitz. They didn't quite make it there, but we haven't really sent them a lot. So, I think this might be the game for it. But I think we come out here with a dub. You got a score prediction? Oh, hold on. Before we get into your score prediction. So last week, I don't know what your score prediction was, but I write mine down because I don't like saying it out loud. Huh?
I said 20, 28, 21, I think I said. Something like that.
don't know what you said. I wrote down 34-31, and we ain't getting nowhere near that. It was my score.
But I'm
I had 34-31 Philly.
Hold them boys to 12 points. I would have never even, not even in my wildest dreams, thought we could hold the Saints to 12 points.
Yeah, that's why I had them getting 31.
But this week against the Bucs, I'm gonna say 28-14 Birds.
28-14. I'm gonna go ahead and put my score prediction down here. Let me see. I think they're gonna get. All right, got my score prediction. Here we go. What yours was?
28-14.
I'm write yours down.
Birds.
All right. But yeah, that's all I really got to say about that game, man. I think we get out of there with a dub. And we go into the bye week 3-1.
There you have it. We said, just to recap, keys to victory: feed Saquon and Goedert. Make sure that we stop the run, keep Baker Mayfield in the pocket, one-dimensional, get pressure on him, make him uncomfortable, and we should come out with a dub. So make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's been another dope episode of the Down South Philly Show. That's all we got for you this week.
Peace.